Hey, good Sunday morning, my dear friends. It is so great to be back with you all. And of course, I will be standing on the beach again on Tuesday morning. Tomorrow morning, however, I'll be coming to you live with a morning briefing on board the El Patron out of Long Beach Sport Fishing as we are taking off with a great group of anglers to who knows where. Could be Santa Barbara Island for that matter, as we are expecting beautiful calm seas. It's going to be gorgeous weather, and the fish are biting. It's some of the best fishing of the year on this morning's morning briefing. As I lay this voiceover over some recent action on board the Apollo that we had, we're going to be talking about some outstanding fishing south of the border. Great fishing in San Diego, including daytime tuna. It's about time. Boy, is that a welcome sight. Tremendous fishing on the Thunderbird on not only copious amounts of yellowtail, but big yellows too. Man, 50% of their fish were 25 to 40 pounds. The Outer Banks are producing some great fishing. And of course, we are watching up and down the coast where the calico bass action is starting to pick up. The Channel Islands white sea bass and so much more. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Boy, is it great to be back with you all, and do we have a lot to cover with you? I'll remind you all the Island Spirit is running out of Ventura Sport Fishing, and you should get on board the Island Spirit. It is such a great ride, tremendous customer service, and really outstanding fishing up there in the Channel Islands. 805-676-3474. Really great fishing up there in the Channel Islands, and you can make it all happen. And I mentioned the El Patron a moment ago. I'll be coming to you live tomorrow morning, probably about 5:30 a.m. It'll be archived, so you'll be able to watch the morning briefing after that. But on board the El Patron, you'll find really great customer service and fun fishing. www.longbeachsportfishing.org. Get into it and get on board the El Patron. All right, down in Ensenada, we continue to see better and better fishing going on a myriad of different species. The bluefin tuna are biting in the daytime now, and that is great news for our pongeros down there. They've been catching bluefin tuna for quite some time, but now even more BFT, a lot of that 25 to 40 pound bluefin tuna to the south of Ensenada, and even moving closer to right outside of Ensenada where some bird schools are being seen right now, mixed with some bigger bonita, and then up into the northern area, we continue to see some of that big fish, although that is not as prevalent as it once was. Those smaller grade fish, and I can't believe I'm saying smaller grade, 25 to 40 to 60 pounds. Those are beautiful bluefin tuna are biting for those guys. In addition, there's flurries of barracuda. Those big bonita continue to provide great action. Calico and sand bass are biting down there in Ensenada. We have yellowtail just outside of the bay. We were out with our friend Paulina and Folka the other day and experienced that for ourselves. Really great fishing going on the other side of the border. Now, fishing on the other side of the border is the majority of the San Diego fleet, at least at times. The Royal Polaris just back from their first 8-day trip of the year, and they had a good one. Limits a nice yellowtail. They also had a smattering of yellowfin tuna and bluefin tuna and all kinds of other species. Great trip on board the Royal Polaris 8-day trip. Looking really good. All right, let's talk San Diego bluefin tuna, and it can't get much better than it is right now. I was talking to Max on board the Highliner, and he said, Phil, it is such a welcome sight to see bluefin tuna biting in the daytime. And biting they are. You're going to find out the full-day boats are also getting in on this tremendous fishing. First of all, however, let's talk the overnight boats and day-and-a-half boats and multi-day boats as they are having and experiencing great daytime fishing, as well as, if you get on the right school, some great nighttime fishing. On board the Aztec, the Tribute, the Highliner, the Polaris Supreme, the Condor, the Tomahawk, the Pegasus, just to name a few guys who have had limits or near limits of bluefin tuna. It is fantastic right now. You're seeing those daytime fish bite. You can get away most of the time with that 40-pound fluorocarbon. Sometimes they get a little finicky, and you have to drop down to 25-pound fluoro. But in most cases, you're getting bites on that 40-pound as this bite is firing up in the daytime. I'm going to get to the full-day boats in a moment. We have really great news there for you all. Once again, a fly line bait in the daytime, but some Colt Sniper fish, Daiwa Sakana fish, like 120-gram lures have been working really well. At night, the bite has been fabulous. You want to fish 100-pound Spectra with 200-pound leader material, and it ranges in terms of the jigs you're going to use. Now, over on the Islander, they were trying a jig called the Depth Charge, which is a smaller profile jig, but it was 500 grams, so it's smaller profile and sinks down to the depths you need in case you get wind and current or in case the fish are located a little deep. They had tremendous success with that. We've mentioned to you West Coast Jiggers, the HD jig, like 350 grams being super effective. Also, the Daiwa SKs have been very, very effective. It is flat, wide open on some of these bites at night. You can put on a lot of fish in a hurry, and it has been really great fishing. And then, as I mentioned, the daytime bite has also been good. So you're now getting two shots at it. Remember, it was not that long ago. In fact, I'm going to call yesterday the best day of daytime fishing we've had so far in 24. It wasn't that long ago where you just throw in the towel in the daytime. You just knew they weren't going to bite, so you'd go fish rockfish or go to San Clemente Island or maybe go out to Tanner Cortez Bank and give that a try. But now they are biting, and it is looking really, really good. So some great fishing. Let's get into the boats that leave in the morning, come back in the afternoon, and let's start with the San Diego as they had 50 bluefin tuna for their best hit of the year on the BFT on board the ST. That is what I call fantastic fishing. It doesn't get much better than that. Also, the Grande, the Liberty, getting in on this fish. Mostly 25 to 50 pound grade fish. Very catchable, and you can put a lot on in a hurry. And I am getting word already this morning that the daytime fish are biting for several boats again. So it just seems like moon phase or water temperature, or who knows what it is way too complex to really figure it out. Everything just seems to be right now, and the bite is on. Tremendous fishing going on. All right, Thunderbird. What a trip on the Thunderbird as they had 98 yellowtail fishing out of Davies Locker, Newport Beach. The Outer Banks has been up and down on the yellowtail, Tanner, Cortez, that area. But man, when it turns on, it is game on. 98 yellowtail. There's squid at some of the local islands, which helps a great deal to have for bait. They were on a day-and-a-half trip. 50 of their fish, 25 to 40 pound yellowtail. That's like fishing Guadalupe Island, everybody. There's dropper loop fish, fly line fish, iron fish. It's really good. The rest of their fish were 10 to 20 pound yellowtail. Tremendous hit for them. San Clemente Island, we continue to see some yellows there. At times, it's pretty darn good. There's better and better calico bass fishing taking place and some white sea bass. Also around Coronado Island, some flashes of yellowtail down to the south. Catalina Island really starting to come together. Better calico bass fishing. Native Son had 3 yellows. They've been catching some halibut at times. Much better calico bass fishing. A shot of barracuda and bonita. Most of the boats at Catalina Island are experiencing some good fishing. Up in the Channel Islands, the white sea bass continue to be ghosts. One day they bite, and one day they give you the slip. On board the Coral Sea, they had 14 white sea bass, and of course, really good rock fishing up there on the Island Spirit, on the California, on board the Endeavor, and that big hit of white sea bass, you just know it's right around the corner. Stardust out of Santa Barbara, limits of lingcod for tremendous fishing on the bottom stuff in the Channel Islands. No doubt about that. And we also continue to watch with great interest the bite going on the local scene. Great calico bass fishing in San Diego right now. I mean, it doesn't get any better than it is. Tremendous bass bite. We just keep seeing it go on and on and on. Calico's biting well there. There's a mix of barracuda, occasional halibut, occasional white sea bass, and we're starting to see that bleed up the coast into the LA Orange County area, although most of those guys seem to be catching whitefish, sculpin, sheepshead. We're starting to see that local barracuda. We are starting to see a few yellowtail meander around the local areas, the coastal areas, and sand bass starting to move in to Huntington, for private boaters. Hopefully the sport boats will get in on it. Up in the Channel Islands, in the coastal areas, we see some really good sand bass and calico bass fishing. You have got to love what's going on. I'm telling you, things are looking fantastic there. In the surf, more and more Corvina as it's summertime now. Water's starting to warm up. Good yellowfin croaker fishing up and down the coast. There's some spotfin croaker being taken on bait. Halibut on the lures, and also if you can make live bait, smelt, chovy, snag some live bait and use it in the surf, man, that gives you such an advantage. But drop shotting, a great way to take halibut, and also throwing a little chrome jig or a Lucky Craft lure has been a great way to go. All right, folks, it's some of the best fishing of 2024. Things are really looking good, and we're watching it very, very closely for you all. I'll be on board the El Patron in the morning around 5:30 a.m. with a live morning briefing for you all. Tuesday morning, I'll be standing down there on the beach with my coffee, toasting you once again. Hey, it's always great spending time with you. Thanks for dropping by the morning briefing. Take great care of yourselves, and I hope to see you, if not tomorrow morning, on board the El Patron. I hope to see you really, really soon. Take care, my friends. What's up?
Hey, Phil.
It's good to see you, my friend.
Always, always.
Man, I'll tell you what, we want to take our audience through this place, show them what they can get here. Obviously, they come here to buy a ticket on any number of fine boats.
Right.
But there's a lot more going on here.
Yeah, it's not a regular tackle shop. It's kind of we get everything in here that you need to go fishing with us.
Let's start. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do you want to start somewhere, or do you want me to ask questions?
Go ahead and ask questions.
Rental rods, rental material. I need to rent a rod. What do I have?
We have rentals. You can get them here the day of your trips. We got for half day, 15, 3/4 day, and full day, they're going to be $20. And overnight will be 40. And we have tuna rods also for tuna season.
For the big stuff.
For the big stuff.
Yeah, like we just got in on the Apollo, man.
8,100 pounds, and it's there for $100.
Really?
For an overnight trip?
That's a bargain.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll even give it to you for 2 nights if you're on a 2-day.
Is that true?
Right.
Wow, that's a great deal.
Yeah, it's a great deal.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so you can get a spinning rod, you can get a conventional, you can get the big stuff or the big tuna. How about all the line and everything I might need?
We can reel up lines for line up reels for you. But we ask that you get here very early for that, because in that last hour before your boat leaves, we're crunching.
Yeah.
But if you get here a couple hours early, yeah, no problem. Bring it in, drop it off. We'll have it ready for you when you're ready to go on your trip.
Do I need to pick the hooks if I'm renting a rod, or do you have tackle pack or something? Or will you suggest what we need?
We do, and we lately we've been posting what the boats want, and
great.
You can come in and you can just look and see what's going on for that day. And our guys are pretty knowledgeable about what's on here, and they'll tell you. And sometimes there's little tweaks. Captain decides he's going to go do something else for a little bit. And,
right.
Oh, you're going to need these two, and we try to, we want people to catch fish.
Absolutely.
And we want them to have the right stuff out there. Too many times they're undergunned and not ready. So we try to make sure you have ready. Might spend a little bit extra, but you're not going to get stuck losing your fish.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now, you can get your fishing license here, but the other day I was complaining to you God darn, I got to go somewhere and get my Mexican fishing license. I need a Mexican fishing license. You looked at me and said, no problem. Yeah, so you have that service also.
Yeah, it's really we do it as a favor. You could do it. You could do it online, but we have no problem doing it for you either.
You have no problem being nice to everybody. Every once in a while, you feel like throwing me out.
All the time.
I don't blame you, man.
I mean, that's nightly, isn't it?
What's the best way to book a trip? Is it to go online or come down here and buy your ticket, or what?
Come on down or give us a call. All our guys can handle any reservations that you want to make. They answer your questions about the trips and so on, And we could even book charters for you here. On any of the boats, you can buy the whole boat for that day, and we can hook that all up for you if you got a club, church, business. And we do charters for you.
I know. You'll take care of anybody.
Yeah, anybody.
With this is world-class fishing we're talking about right
Oh,
now.
it's best. The best.
I mean, a guy I'm thinking in Missouri or in Oregon or
Speaking of guys from Missouri,
yeah, there you are. They might want to take advantage of this bite. You look at the stern of the Apollo on our trip, and you might look at that, and that's almost an average trip now. But have never seen a deck of a boat look like that on the East Coast. This is really something special right now.
Yeah, especially when we're on them. And even when we're not on them, it's fun to go hunting for.
Yeah, heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Better than a day at work, right?
Exactly. You've got all kinds of hooks here for sale. Maybe you could just take us through the counter here.
Yeah, we got. But right here is where we like to keep the stuff for the morning boats. It's all different stuff. They're catching sculpin out there on the half-day boat. You're going to need some lead heads, some plastics. It is rockfish season.
Right.
Weight.
Fishing those deep water cod.
Yep. And you're doing a lot of island fishing. You got your 4-ounce torpedoes and your sliders. And you come here hungry, believe me, we got something for everybody.
No kidding,
It's all over.
Fluorocarbon, all kinds of stuff.
We actually have reels too. If you want to buy reels, we have quite a selection in here at this time of the year. And we can put line on those for you when you buy them. We can take good care of you there. We have jigs, hooks, all kinds of different hooks, mostly saltwater. We're not really a freshwater operation. So, and we have more lead here. And your Taddy section. Reel to Kill has some lead heads in here. Great stuff.
Fantastic. Look at all the jigs you got here. And Tony, one thing is for sure. You mentioned the food. I'm amazed at the keto stuff you have. Being a keto guy, you got you're
well. I have to keep you fed, or you get angry.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have fishing poles, Fishing Syndicate, Moon. We've got some less expensive rods in here. We've got Graph Tech. Every once in a while, we have Seeker and Lifer in here. And something that's really grown in the store since in the last couple of years
section
is the apparel section.
Wow.
And we got, your Fish Works, your Salty Crew, plus our landing shirts and boat shirts. We got AFCO in here, Fish and Fame. And he's standing in the middle, our cameraman's standing in the middle of our AFCO lures. Got those in here on the next row. We have a lot of other stuff like your swivels, and we got some AFCO fluorocarbon in here. You can actually buy a sack in here if you want. And we have hookup baits. And everybody needs a good cup of coffee.
I was going to say, they got coffee here, ladies and gentlemen. All the coffee you need.
Yeah, so that's...
what do you got over here, ice cream?
Oh, yeah, I got ice cream. We try to have something for everybody.
Do you sell bait down here?
We do. We have frozen bait. We squid, sardine, or anchovy, mussel, shrimp.
Who's this handsome guy you got working back here? Is that Jerry? The world
where did Mike go?
Yeah. Jerry, he's picking on you, man.
Jerry has been here for about a year. He's our jig rigger.
Man, that looks nice. Jerry, good job.
It is.
Beautiful.
These run you about $70, but they're all great to have when you're going to go tuna fishing.
Yeah, right on. Beautiful.
Yeah.
How hard a job is it being the manager of 22nd Street Landing? Because there's a lot of balls you got in the air, man.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
There is.
But I have a lot of help.
Yeah.
I have a lot of help in here. Mike is still here. Janelle's in the back. We have a great team put together right now that seems to be working pretty well together.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, I mean, it's a happy place.
Yeah.
And we like to keep it that way.
Right. It's fishing.
It's fishing.
It's supposed to be fun, right?
Yeah, people come in here and they're upset. They're going, what are you upset about?
Calm
You're going
down.
fishing.
Yeah, right.
It's going to get better. It's
I'm
going to get way better.
You're talking to yourself. You're in here working. They're going fishing.
Yeah, I get a way by to you.
Yeah, exactly. Do you ever get to go fishing?
Oh, yeah. I go
Yeah.
every once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was out a couple weeks ago on the Monte Carlo with an old friend. And yeah. Unfortunately, I work Monday through Friday.
Oh, so you're stuck on the weekend,
Yeah.
boat pressure.
Yeah. So Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah. What are your hours here?
If we have a boat out or going out, we're going to be open. We open at 5 o'clock every morning between 4:45 and 5, and we're here until the last boat leaves or comes in, and that can range from, as you know, because we mess with you with your show.
Yeah,
a lot,
right, exactly.
Sometimes it's 6 o'clock, sometimes it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Is it safe to say, Tony, that you don't have to go to a tackle? Let's say you're running a little bit late and you want to go to your favorite tackle store, but you don't have time. Can you get what you need here at 20
Absolutely.
seconds?
That's what this is all
Pride
about.
yourselves
here.
on
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah, having what you need to go fishing. That we don't have everything, but we have stuff that's going to work for you.
Yeah. And also, one thing you have is you've got the current intel. So you know exactly what you're going to need because these guys are going to tell you.
Yeah.
You're going to post it
Yep.
or amend it if something else
right,
is going
right.
on.
And that's what I was saying on the other side of the
Right.
counter. Little tweaks here and there sometimes, but we'll get you the right stuff.
Yeah, awesome. So what else, man? I mean, you got all the tackle, you got rental runs. Look out there and talk to the mom who's got 2 little kids that want to go fishing. She has no idea about fishing, but she thinks it might
I'm
be
glad
good.
you brought that up because we have the Monte Carlo. It's our half-day boat. It's 10 to 4,
Yeah.
Monday through Friday. It goes out twice on the weekends at 6:30, comes back at 12, goes out again at 12:30, comes back at 6. With a paid adult admission, a child under 15 can ride for free.
How the heck can you beat that?
You can't.
No.
It's all about us. We're grooming.
Yeah, right. Totally.
Get them out there on the boats and get them young.
Totally.
Yeah.
So kids go free, and then when they get on the Monte Carlo, you've got Steven, you've got Brian Burrell.
Oh, great.
There's a young girl on there who's working now.
Yeah.
I don't know what her name is, but you got all these.
Addie's
Yeah,
out
Addie's
there.
out there.
She's the cook on the boat.
Yeah.
Walter's running it for 5 days out of the week.
Yeah.
Steve-O for the other 2.
And they're great with newbies.
Oh, that's what that boat is all about.
Yeah.
You come in here, you buy your tackle, rent a pole. We'll hand it to you. You take it to the guys on the boat. They tie you up. They'll even take your fish off your hook for you.
I love it,
Yeah,
man.
right.
That
Right.
is so awesome.
Yeah.
20 Seconds Free Landing, a place where you can make your fishing dreams come true. Marcus likes that line that I use every once in a while. But it's true. And people should know that, a lot of people who are listening, when you go on board the Freedom, for example, you got a bunk to sleep in.
Right.
So you got a place to sleep at night. There's a galley cook. They provide great, wonderful meals on the Freedom.
All the boats have full galleys on them, it's even our day boat, the Pursuit, offers bunks, and it's only out from 6 to 6. It's just so you can go in and take a nap on your way out there. Maybe you've caught a lot of fish and you're worn out, or you've had a little bit and you need to go lay down in the bunk. But they're offering bunks on the full day boat.
That's great.
Yeah.
And also fish cleaning. They'll process your catch on the boat.
And yes, it is an extra cost, and those guys do work for tips. So take care of your deckhands.
And I don't know what you say, but if you got a good crew and good guys, I say 20% of what you pay to get on the boat.
That's
a good tip.
that's a good tip, right?
Yeah, because you've got several guys. You got 4 or 5 guys. So when you hand them a $20 bill, you're tipping them $5 each. Is all you're tipping them.
Right, yeah. 'Cause they're
And
splitting it up.
yeah. So
And a lot of times your galley and your deckhands are 2 different tips.
yeah. Great stuff. Anything else that you can think of besides
No,
welcoming everybody down
just
there?
come on down. We'll help you. We'll get you on a boat. Go fishing. It's the time to go fishing. This is the best time of the year.
Tony, always good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you. Thanks for
man.
coming in.
Thank you.